I start the game.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the NFC Championship game on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one on tap between the Houston Voyagers and the Oklahoma City Lancers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the Houston Voyagers and the Oklahoma City Lancers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny?
MOT backhand index pointing up, MOT backhand index pointing up, MOT backhand index pointing up, Salt Lake.
Salt Lake, you're picking Salt Lake City. Okay, Salt Lake.
They'll try to start this drive.
Okay, you're picking Salt Lake City.
Down.
Okay.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Then we have Houston Voyagers and Oklahoma City. All right. Houston Voyagers being the number 7 seed, Oklahoma City being number 5. Which team will win between Oklahoma?
That's how they
Oklahoma.
And they'll get this way past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
All right, but you said Salt Lake City, a great pick. Salt Lake City, welcome to the Devin Smith PS4 Sports League Network. Video game sports. Video game sports.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to air one out. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now let's go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. 1, 9.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And some room to run now. And this will be a touchdown. In a game of this magnitude, it's always good to get out to a great start. But a game of this magnitude, you go up early, that's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Psychologically, you now have the advantage as well as on the scoreboard. And also, it's a settling effect for your team. You're in it now. You've got the lead. Let's just go play some more ball.
Now the try here for the extra point. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Throwing after the interception. Wilcox got his man complete over the middle. It's Hawkins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Good throw there to start this second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get him settled. It's not easy after you've thrown a pick six. You might want to just run the football, but I think in most cases you want to give him easy throws that he's comfortable with to get him going again. And it's not necessarily just throwing one or 2 yards. What throws does he like to make? Give him a couple of those and get him going.
Definitely looked like one he was comfortable with on the last throw. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And they'll go on the ground. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. We'll give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Let's go!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilcox throwing the out route incomplete. That's Horton. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
To throw on 2nd down. Wilcox. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll set up the throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there. 49 yards. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 1 quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. Plenty of scoring here already. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's our visiting side with the football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Let's go! 38!
They run a draw here on 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go! 1, 9!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun on third down. Wilcox throwing the out route and complete. It's Carroll. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Here we go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
From the gun, Wilcox. Over the middle, complete. It's Carroll. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Back to throw. Wilcox. This will be caught at about the 6. And this is good for a 1st down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll be back with more in the NFC title bout after this. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Operating from the gun, Wilcox. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Phillips. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Holloway. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Holloway. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And not much room there, so he'll get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now from the 21. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, what half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's tough duty for a strong safety because truly he's a hybrid-type player. A pass defender, which makes him more of a defensive back, but really his tackling ability is like a linebacker. So they don't mind coming up and taking those guys on, but that's a tough task there, taking on the big fella.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ohio! Let's go! 1-9!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilcox. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take it.
He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. And a huge play that time. And even 40 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he will take it in for the touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And, oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And an alley to run. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, Points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go. What?
Throwing to start the drive. Wilcox throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end,
Still second down.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Looking to throw. Wilcox. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. If he said, hey, run that one back, coach. Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
One more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wilcox. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really, by the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about Young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to Oklahoma City. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a two-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, that's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll drop the throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught at the 20. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone. So tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down in bounds for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skills.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On first down, Wilcox firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go.
And the blitz does come. finds Austin complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here now the offense heading back out there. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep, and it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 71 yards. And his guys now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Here we go. What? 90.
They'll try and run it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
All right, here we go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays. Don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Houston. On 1st and 10, Wilcox. And his throw here's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilcox. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Brand 38.
From the gun, Wilcox. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
How do you get the International Football League?
Now a desperation throw deep. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Different city expansion team.
Off play action. Wilcox.
Get it.
That is incomplete.
Those are expansion teams. And
this defense is definitely alert to the possibility of
you can create your own expansion team.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter.
You know what I mean?
Expect more,
but you got to go. You have to go offline, and then you got to.
So they'll come up after the incompletion
you have to know what
for
team.
2nd
You got to
down.
relocate professional teams and replace those teams with expansion teams.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Let's go.
To throw again, Wilcox. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Wilcox.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here.
PS4.
A turnover would have really helped
PS4. Are you Xbox One?
Instead, it's just
or do you got PS4? I like both systems.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect
all my sports
streams
are on
okay.
out there. Yeah, a little bit of jeopardy.
Yeah, but I like PlayStation One.
As you said,
I mean, not PlayStation One. Xbox One.
Picked, huh?
I like Xbox One too, but it's too hard to live stream. PS4 is more easier for you to live stream your game.
In Xbox One.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can't do cross systems, I don't think. They won't let you play cross systems. Yeah, Xbox One, yeah.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
PlayStation lags too much with me.
24-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
PlayStation? Yeah, I like the PlayStation, man. I like it. I mean, you have some breakdowns. I mean, everything I do is digital. I have a couple CDs, but all my streams are digital.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
But overall, I'm pleased with it. You know, I like PlayStation.
Here we go now.
And I love the sports gaming. You know, I love these sports games. Oh, man, I love them. Especially Madden football. This is my favorite game.
Looking to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground.
Me
now
too.
they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I'm not trying to talk bad against action games. I like action games. I'm not talking bad against it, but I love the sports games. College football, 2020 Gridiron Champions is coming out. They're bringing college football back. I love the Madden football series, NBA 2K, NBA Live, NHL. I love the hockey.
And it's caught.
So I got my different things that I like. I love hockey too. I like MLB, baseball.
On to their lead.
Oh yeah.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL, because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
By the way, your mic is barely understandable.
Yeah, my mic. Yeah, you probably can hear me now. I think I'm talking a little. I might be a little too close to my mic.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
Maybe. Oh, 2 points reverse.
They'll look to throw again.
And
this one's caught.
Oh, yeah.
And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more.
I was too close to the mic. I got to adjust my mic and my mic
kickoff team on the field now as they will
I don't
send this
always
one
do
away.
it all the way good, so that's why my mic sound off a little bit.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
I mean? But I
and no
sound
run
good
back
now.
here. This will be a touchback,
just
and it
a little
comes out to the 25-yard line.
Technical difficulty, nothing
And
serious.
now out comes Houston. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Horton. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
What NFL team are you?
Wilcox. Under pressure, and down he goes. After the sack, it's second and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Oklahoma City takes it, going to the International Football Bowl 2. Oklahoma City will be going there. Congratulations.
And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory, moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football of ours and creator of the NFL. What an amazing feeling and an amazing accomplishment.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the
Oklahoma
entire crew,
is in
we'll
the
see you in
NFL.
2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
In the pads. Fan.
No, this is an expansion team. They're known as the Oklahoma City Lacers. This is a team that I created. Okay, these are expansion teams. And this league right here, this is my own little league thing. It's called the IFL. I call it the International Football League. I got teams all over: England, Ireland, Mexico, Oklahoma City, Orlando, Brooklyn. We have Brooklyn. Pretty much had every team you can think of. Pretty much, well, major cities at least.
God CT.
Oh yeah. So this is awesome. So now we got the city of Oklahoma moving on to the International Football Bowl 2. And the city of Oklahoma will be going. Houston Voyagers gets knocked off by Oklahoma City Lacers. Oklahoma City Lacers winning big in this game, 40 to
Connecticut.
23. Oh, Connecticut. What is that? 40 to 23. And total offense, Oklahoma City was terrific. I mean, you're looking at total offense here. 501. Houston Voyagers, what is it? 364. Total defense. Rushing yards, Oklahoma 1. Houston Voyagers 50. Passing yards, 500 yards for Oklahoma City Lacers over the Houston Voyagers.
Did you just ask what's Connecticut?
They had three. No, we don't have Connecticut. I'm glad you asked about Connecticut. We don't have, they don't have a Connecticut expansion team. I think that would be cool. We don't have one, though. Unfortunately, we don't have a Connecticut expansion team. Yeah, that's a bummer. We don't have a Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't have one of them. But it doesn't mean that we don't. They still got other major cities. By the way, there are 16 teams, 16 expansion teams on Madden 19 and 18. You got to go offline, and what you got to do is, you have to go to the AFC, and you have to remove 16 regular pro teams who don't have good ratings. You got to relocate the stadiums, and then you relocate the jerseys.
I thought you meant like what's Connecticut.
Connecticut is not on here. Connecticut, there's no Connecticut. Yeah, there's no Connecticut.
Yeah, I mean Yopi, did he know what's Connecticut the state?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm familiar with Connecticut the state. UConn. Yeah, the Connecticut Huskies. UConn college basketball team. female and male, and also UConn hockey, college hockey. I watch a lot of that. I even did a live stream season of college hockey. They got a
Yeah.
UConn hockey college. So I'm very familiar with UConn. You know, matter of fact, I got college basketball. I got a season of college basketball I'm gonna do soon, and the college basketball is UConn is on there. I like Connecticut. You know, they haven't. I don't think they made a professional football team yet. Not pros, but you know, maybe we can write
My
EA
brother
Sports.
plays for them.
Oh, okay. He plays for the UConn Huskies. Okay. Yeah, I like UConn. Yeah, I know about UConn Huskies. Yeah, but yeah, I'm familiar with UConn.
He transferred to Mitchen.
Oh. Oh, okay. He transferred. Yeah, don't forget Oklahoma though. Oklahoma Sooners, Alabama Crimson Tide. Uh, Clemson. I like Clemson University. Alabama, Alabama Crimson Tide. Notre Dame is a good squad. Let me see. We got the
They're
game
good, I guess.
We got the big game coming up next. Mexico City Diabolicals at Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, #1 seed. Mexico City, what are they? #6.
Good luck.
Yes.
I gotta go, bye.